Aston Martin heads to F1 2026's season opener in Australia in crisis, with its AMR 26 a dire 4 seconds off the pace in pre-season testing. The ambitious green squad, filled to the gills with the latest infrastructure and technical talent, maxed out on fanfare with its launch in Saudi Arabia. But the interviews that came with it told another story, starting with its new team boss and technical partner Adrian Newey, who is F1's greatest ever designer.
We had a very compressed design time. I joined in early March, very early March. We didn't get a model in the wind tunnel until late April, so that gave us a very short time.
Its double world champion Fernando Alonso also sought to play down its expectations, which were originally to fight at or near the front of the field.
For the very first time, we have all the pieces of the puzzle, together. We have the facilities, we have an engine that works only for us, we have the sustainable fuels, we have Adrian Newey, we have big names that joined the team, and now it's a challenge to put everything together. But at the same time, it's the very first year that everything is in the campus.
But so far it's gone against Aston Martin, with a compressed design plan, time needed for its new works partner Honda to spool up after years of no R&D, meaning it's behind the curve. A new gearbox made in-house, while its engine is fed by a so far unproven fuels partner in Aramco. Alonso was nowhere near the top 10 on either Bahrain test, with him and teammate Lance Stroll propping up the rear of the field, even behind the startup Cadillac team's first ever challengers. Which squares with the prognostications from Aston Martin's executive chairman Lawrence Stroll, who was uncharacteristically restrained.
These regulations are brand new. It's the first time in Formula One history that there's a new chassis and a new power unit coming in simultaneously. So I think everybody will have some teething problems I'm getting used to, so just do as good a job as we can.
It's yet another uphill battle for F1's most well-resourced team. All eyes returned to Bahrain's desert circuit last week for Formula One's third and final pre-season test, the second at Sakhir after an opening stint in Spain. There, Ferrari gave hope to its Tifosi after Charles Leclerc set the fastest outright time in the final hour of running, while its reportedly smaller turbo enabled lightning getaways from F1's practice grids. Leclerc's top time was just over 8/10 faster than Mercedes' young gun Kimi Antonelli, though it was set on the softer C4 as opposed to the rest of the top 7 on harder C3s. Mercedes customer McLaren looks to have closed the gap to the work squad in week 2, pointing to progress on energy management. With Antonelli, McLaren's Oscar Piastri, and his champion teammate Lando Norris all covered by 68 1/1000ths of a second. Red Bull Racing's top gun Max Verstappen completed the top 5. But the top 4 teams, Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren and Red Bull, seem to be even closer than that, based on their day 3 pace. When 6 drivers, from Verstappen in 3rd down to Antonelli in 8th, were covered by just 8/10ths, though Alpine leader Pierre Gasly was the only one of that pack on the softest C5 tyre. As always, pre-season is all about reliable running. And in week 2, 3 teams, Mercedes, Racing Bulls and Haas, got in over 400 laps. McLaren was next with 395, ahead of Williams, Alpine and Audi. Red Bull was just ahead of Ferrari. While the crisis rolled on at Aston Martin, with the green mark logging the fewest laps, just 128, after it struck a battery-related issue on day 2. And with a shortage of parts, was forced into limited short runs and more research via the test bench back in Japan. Making this one of the most fascinating pre-season tests ever, given F1's tight pack up front and failing green backmarkers. Anything can happen on the road to Australia. Red Bull's impressive pre-season test pace may be miraculous, given that Melbourne will mark its race debut as a works F1 power unit manufacturer. But it will need to deliver that searing speed from the outset to hang on to its four-time world champion Max Verstappen. With the Dutchman not pleased with F1's new cars, which he said will not keep him going in the sport as they're not fun and like Formula E on steroids. This, of course, is down to the driving style required to squeeze lap times from the new cars due to their ultra-complex energy management needs, including aggressive gear downshifts. But Verstappen knows Red Bull has gone ambitious for its future.
It's of course still crazy to think about it that, Red Bull had the idea, of course, making their own engine, and now basically almost being able to drive it. We're all very excited. We know it's a tough project, but we're all very excited to get underway now.
Red Bull, though, is home for Verstappen, with the Dutchman close to its people, who all share his ambition and razor-sharp energy, including the brand's late great founder Dietrich Mateschitz, for whom the top squad's astonishingly competitive new power unit is named after.
I think it's just a very nice thing of Red Bull to do, to honor him, because he has meant so much for everyone here right now, for myself, but also for Formula One. We will always try to do our very best still in the memory, of course, of Dietrich.
Verstappen, though, is a world champion, and a world champion needs a competitive car. In reality, pole positions and race wins will keep him at Red Bull, so it'll be all eyes on Melbourne. To see how the world champion team, which Verstappen won 6 of the last 9 races of 2025 with, fares in F1's new era. French marque Alpine looks to have upped its game for F1 2026, a move into the midfield that will validate its switch from work squad to Mercedes customer, in search of cheaper, more competitive power. And team-leading driver Pierre Gasly, who's going into his 10th year of F1 and 5th at Alpine, was realistic at the car's launch aboard a cruise ship.
Obviously, when there is such a big change, it brings opportunities. So just need to, work as hard as we've been doing. Last year was a lot of development put into 2026. And then, we just got to have an open mind going into Australia. I believe in the team. I believe in the people we have. I believe in the potential we have.
The squad finished Bahrain's second pre-season test with the 8th fastest time, care of Pierre Gasly, a solid step, given it finished the 2025 season last in the constructors' standings. Alpine has now sharpened its focus on Formula One, having recently announced its intention to shutter its hypercar program in the World Endurance Championship after the 2026 season. While we regret not being able to continue in WEC after this season, focusing on Formula One offers us a unique platform from which we can grow brand awareness in line with our ambitions for product and market growth, said Alpine CEO Philippe Krief. Alpine now needs to stabilize within F1, where the change and fallout has meant constant damage since it rebranded the Renault team from 2021. On its management front, Flavio Briatore leads as executive advisor, with veteran Steve Nielsen, who has done it all over decades in the sport, its managing director. David Sanchez is its technical director. And it needs to keep its structure for stabilization and consistency, and a chance to grab bigger results in the future. Otherwise, its push for a step change in 2026 will be all for nothing. Thanks for watching. To stay up to speed on all things Formula One, make sure you hit the subscribe button.